This is Christopher. Christopher is 27, a lovely smile, and I already know this without having to speak to Christopher. That's the first time he's put a shirt on like that.
With the best leading man in a monologue in a house quarantine situation.
Thank you. You flatter me.
Oh, I'm only talking the truth because I've been seeing a whole pile of self-tape and I'm like, I'm doing that challenge, like goodbye. You feel what I'm saying? But before I get any further telling everybody about you, please introduce yourself to the viewers.
Hello everyone, my name is Christopher Hancock. I'm 27 years old, from Greenbelt, Maryland, and I'm living in New York City now, downtown.
Okay, I love that you gave your age and everything like it was your dating profile. So I guess to anybody single out there, to the ladies, he said letting y'all know he is thoroughly available. I appreciate that.
Yes.
So how have you been doing through Miss Rona's rampage? I've been seeing a few of your videos and I'm like, I have to pop in and make sure he's still mentally together. So please tell me, how are you doing?
So it's definitely been tough. I had a lot of things scheduled that I was supposed to shoot and they all got postponed. It's not the end of the world because again, they're postponed, but it has delayed a lot of things. They're saying that we might not get out until June, which sucks because like I planned on shooting things in April and just being further along with my progression and it's just kind of backtracking things. But I know I've just been hanging in there.
It is a journey, but you know, we just doing what we have to do.
It's just so long to be stuck in the house. I am working still. We're definitely working longer hours because the market is going crazy. I work in finance, so the market is going crazy. It's been tanking one day, then it's up the next day. So all of that volatility makes my job a little bit tougher and harder. And also I'm working on a MacBook as opposed to like 4 different screens and a faster computer. So it's been tough for everyone. But again, I'm just fortunate enough to have my job still, but it's just like, it's more hours, which does suck. So, but like, you know, my true passion is acting. So I'm not doing that kind of work right now, which kind of sucks. And it is a little stressful at times and it's hard to find things to do in the house, but I'm just trying to keep hopes alive. You know, that's the best thing you can do.
How have you been keeping yourself busy, you know, in balancing your stress and especially not being able to do your acting work, which you are a fine comedic actor for everybody watching. You want the giggles, go see this person right here. You have to let them know where to follow you. Yeah, where can they see your jokes?
So my Instagram is Chris James Hancock. That's where I put most of my content and stuff like that. And I do have a website that I'm going to be adding more sketches to. So that's
beautiful.
So I've been booking things, but I just haven't been able to shoot them. So yesterday I had a call. It was a FaceTime call with about 20 other actors.
Wonderful.
And we're ready for this feature film that I'm fortunate enough to lead in. So I'm happy about that. So I've been reading the script for that. But again, we might not shoot that until maybe July or August. So it's been hard keeping busy, just trying to work on different things, working on my website, just reading over certain monologues and just trying to find anything to stay busy. But again, I am working still. So Monday through Friday, I'm pretty busy for like 12 to 14 hours of the day. And after that, it's kind of like I wind down. But overall, it's been tough. Like I just imagine like people, like I feel so bad people have lost their jobs and people can't act. So these are times that like, I guess many of us have never seen before, you know?
So let's talk about you getting work. Talk to me a little bit about that. Like how you said you're submitting and getting auditions right now. Let me know about that. How's that working?
Yeah, so the first thing I booked was the MLB commercial. It was a national commercial, so it was my first national commercial.
In quarantine.
Yeah.
You booking work in quarantine. You booking work in quarantine. I just want to make sure everybody heard that. All right, continue.
And that was just recording a video in my apartment. I didn't think it was. I recorded and I was like, this is not going to go anywhere. Like they're not going to use this footage. And they hit me up like the next day, like, all right, this commercial airs tomorrow, so we need to.
Wow.
Like so, it was very quick turnaround.
Yeah.
And I guess I'm still waiting to get paid for that, but that was very quick turnaround. It was a national commercial, something to put on my resume, and just other things that like people are still posting new jobs, but they just aren't doing any like production with it. It's all pre-production stage right now. So I'm still applying to things when they pop up and just hoping that I can get cast, and hoping that my audition works for them.
I love that. That's very encouraging because, some people are giving up hope. We won't always be inside, and you got to kind of gear up, because I tell you, it's going to be a fight to the finish for the end of 2020. So I feel like there's opportunity if people really, really lean into it. What encouragement would you give to other actors that are like, oh my God, what am I supposed to do? But you're clearly doing something. So what can you offer us?
My happiness level is nowhere near yours, but in terms of staying focused and staying positive, is that you have to have a positive mindset, because it'll translate into your work, and it'll translate into just your personality and your attitude towards going towards acting jobs and being in a time like this. I feel like if you're an actor, you can't ever, you have to have a positive personality, because you're constantly getting rejected. People are always telling you, no, you're not good enough for this, you're not good enough for this line, you're not good enough for men, you're not good enough for this, I didn't like the way you did that. So you have to learn to be able to take that and take it in, learn from it, and continue going. But if a little bit of discouragement kind of pushes you back, then I wouldn't suggest acting for you. There's a lot
that
of
is true, because it never gets easy. It never gets easy. With how many times I've been rejected, it never gets easy. It still feels like somebody kung fu kicked me in my stomach, and I'm like, whoa. And then I gotta breathe and reassure myself in that moment, or else I'm never gonna go back and do it again. So you're right. If you can't take it, perhaps this is not the job for you.
The ego is the hardest part, putting your ego aside. I feel like everyone has some sort of ego, whether they want to do. And mine, when I first started out, I hated going into an audition room with 3 people I didn't know and just giving my all. Because who are these guys for me to just break down and cry and they just oh me by, see next. I'm just so that was the hardest part of when I first started out, getting rid of that ego and just learning to be vulnerable for anyone, and it'll help you be a better actor if you break down that ego.
I tell you, I'm still learning that as a performer, and I'm always so impressed and I celebrate people that can be vulnerable in front of the casting team, because I tell you, what hurts your ego is when you hear next and you're or thank you, you're but I just gave my whole award-winning performance. How do you see this situation impacting the film industry moving forward, or actors,
That's a really good question. Wow, that's a really good question.
I'm working on my Oprah skills. You see what I'm saying?
That's a really good question. I think this coronavirus has caused a lot of production companies and a lot of film directors to kind of think outside of the box. I think with anything comes new ideas, and I think there will be a lot of productions that'll center around COVID and being trapped in the house and not being able to go outside, and different conflicts that revolve around that. But I think in terms of the film industry, I think people are going to do more remote shootings. I'm seeing a lot of that now, and it also saves a lot of money on cameras and production. So I feel like as long as you can, I guess, have someone film in their house and incorporate it into your actual finished product, with the Major League Baseball commercial, I still think you can do well in terms of reaching out to your consumers, or for commercials, things like that. Because the commercial that we did was extremely low budget for them. I mean, they paid about 20 actors, so it was extremely low budget. They didn't have to have a crazy camera to shoot it. They just used footage that they already had, and had a bunch of actors do self-tapes, and I think that's a brilliant idea, because that commercial is national. It shows on ESPN, and it gets the point across without having the high budget camera and production and sets and things like that. So I think people are just getting more creative, which is a good thing.
Yes, I agree. I mean, maybe that'll open up more opportunities for actors where people are more willing to take self-tape instead of actually being present. Well, you have been a fabulous guest. I've been dying to get you on the camera here for Sugar Says Let's Talk. Yes, indeed.
Thank you again for having me.
Yeah, we got to support each other.
My final words to everyone is just to keep your head up and stay focused, and keep pursuing whatever you're doing, whether just keep pushing, and don't use this time to kind of sulk. Try to be positive and try to get some things done, because this is a lot of valuable free time that we don't normally have. So try to keep positive and continue pushing forward.